Sweeping changes to the Penal Code have been passed today to ensure Singapore's laws remain relevant and up to date. One key amendment will see the vulnerable get more protection. This will be done by providing stiffer penalties for crimes against them. In Parliament, MPs raised the example of the late Annie E, who was intellectually disabled. She died in 2015 after more than 8 months of daily beatings by her flatmates. Under new laws, the enhanced protection covers vulnerable victims like her, who are mentally and physically disabled, as well as children and maids. Those who commit crimes against them may receive up to twice the maximum punishments. The laws have also been strengthened to better protect minors from sexual predators. They include harsher penalties and new offences which criminalise the production, distribution and possession of child abuse material. In 2017, American mixed martial arts instructor Joshua Robinson was jailed for 4 years after having sex with 2 15-year-olds. He also had a stash of almost 6,000 obscene films. Now, cases like this can be dealt with more effectively. There are also updates to the Penal Code. For instance, attempted suicide has been decriminalised and marital immunity for rape has been repealed.
We inherited the Penal Code from the British. It is nearly 150 years old. It is an important part of the Singapore's criminal law. The last time the Penal Code was reviewed end-to-end was in 2007. Our world and society have changed. The nature and complexity of crime have also changed, and it is timely that we update the Penal Code to ensure continued relevance and effectiveness.
The amendments we are making today strengthen our laws. They will help ensure that Singapore continues to be a safe home for our people, particularly women, children, vulnerable persons.
The topic of voyeurism drew much debate in light of the recent Monica Bay case, where the NUS student was filmed in the shower at her hostel. Now, around 15 MPs rose to speak on the bill, which also decriminalises attempted suicide. Ariel Lim tells us more.
Voyeurism is now an offence as part of the government's efforts to combat emerging crime trends.
The current laws, in my view, do not adequately address the range of offences, including voyeuristic recordings and the distribution of such material on the internet. So we propose to introduce specific offences involving voyeurism, which will define the offending behaviour and provide for adequate punishment.
This drew the support of MPs.
Technological advancements meant voyeurs are having their field days. Armed with advanced zoom cameras, smartphones and insidious spying instruments, voyeurs make the world a very unsafe place, especially for women.
Still, some raise questions on how voyeuristic material should be dealt with.
The pivotal concern of the victim, especially the more vulnerable minor and young person, will be to have those images or recordings deleted immediately and to prevent further distribution. The laws and processes need to address this.
The Home Affairs Ministry responded that the courts could order that these be disposed or deleted. Meanwhile, the move to decriminalise attempted suicide drew sharp debate.
Do I believe we should help members of our society who are contemplating suicide? Absolutely. Do I think we should enforce Section 309 against people who attempt suicide? In most cases, no. But keeping the provision is still of immense value.
Mr. D'Souza added that more suicides could happen if such a deterrence was removed. Another MP felt the law didn't deter those whom she spoke with.
None knew that committing suicide was a crime in Singapore at that point of their attempt, and most added that it would not have deterred them even if they had known it was. Therefore, I'm also not convinced of the deterrent effect of Section 309 in preventing suicides.
A few MPs agreed, drawing from their experiences as police officers.
Abetment of suicide is still a crime. The amendments actually enhance the penalties for abetment of suicide significantly. The amendments multiply the maximum punishment by 10 times to 10 years imprisonment and more for certain other categories. Euthanasia and physician-assisted suicide.
When it came to repealing marital immunity for rape, most welcomed it, though some asked for safeguards against false allegations. Calling the bill monumental, Mr. Amrin closed the debate saying that the updating and strengthening of the law help protect society and the most vulnerable.